Might make it a little more like exclusive if you don't record and they have to come.
I
Just kidding.
know. That's why I might, we'll see if I share it, but I am recording now. And to kick us off is Mary Beth Fleming.
Hi everyone. Thank you so much for joining us in such like kind of last minute. So big props to you all for doing that. And if you have anyone on your team that you want to invite next week and they haven't got around to sending the details to Christina, they can do it this week and jump on with us next week. But really, Christina and I's idea with this is to just create a little accountability thread where we come together at the end of each week on Friday and really just focus on how UBT and Fast Start is really what can leverage us in this business to get far. When you bring on people and you help them hit Fast Start and you hit the UBT yourself and help your people do the same, that's where a lot of momentum and energy can be like boom into your business and you can really grow fast. So that's kind of our idea around this. And really it's more of an accountability container to keep us all accountable to each other and our action steps and what we're doing. So I wanted to start the call off with every week, we're going to just get it really tight and we're going to run our numbers first thing in the call. So this is going to be a process where we each do. So if you have a calculator or pen and pencil, or you can do it on your computer, is there one person that we can do it together for everyone just this first time so people know how to run your numbers? Is there someone that would like to be an example for the group? We can pop off mute and we can quickly run your numbers as everyone does theirs as well. Any volunteers?
I'll do it.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Miss Leah. So first things first, you all want to identify your goal and how many points that is. So Leah, what are you going for this month?
Green diamond.
Green diamond. And green diamond is 30,000 points, if you guys didn't know. So what we're going to do is take that number, whether you're doing executive or director, take your number and divide it by 30. We'll do 30 because the day's not over. So that's how many points a day? Do you know, Leah?
Well, a little less than 1,000.
Yeah.
So let's see. I'll do it right now.
And I'd love to see you guys drop your numbers in the chat. So if you do your, whatever rank you are, if you're going for consultant, it's 1,000 points. Director is 2,500 points. Executive is 6,000 points. Diamond is 15,000 points. So when you come up with your total that you need, drop it in the chat. Okay. Total a day.
So 967, 968.
Awesome. And so what are you currently at? What are your points currently at?
Last time I looked, they were at like, I can look at the exact, hold on a second. I think it was like 1,500. Oh, 2,148.
All right, so you're way beyond, but it's the beginning of the month and that's really normal to be way beyond. So the reason I run my points every day is just to see, okay, I need 984 points a day and I've actually got 2,000. So I'm beyond, I'm on par, I'm past par. So, but let's say Leah ran her points and she needed 984 a day and she's only at 500 today. Then she would know, okay, tomorrow I gotta pick it up by 300 points. So this is the beauty of running your numbers because it really keeps you on track. And I also like to run the numbers every day. So another way you can do it is you can take your total. Let's say it's 30,000 points to get to green diamond. And you said you had how many today, Leah? 2,000?
2,148.
Okay, so I'll take that total of 30,000 minus 2,148. Is now 27,000 points. I'm going to divide that by our new total of days, which is 30. And now it's 928 points. So from today forward, if you stay at the pace you're at, 928 points. So this is really important to do. Maybe you do it every day. Maybe you just do it once a week here on this Zoom. But I would love to see you guys now post once you run your current numbers. Like maybe it was you need 500 points a day, but now given your current points, what do you need points per day moving forward? Does that make sense? Is everyone give me a thumb up? Because I know that's kind of wordy. So Marika, we have going for executive. She has 340 points. That's 188 a day moving forward. Beautiful. And once you've come up with your total, go ahead and drop those numbers in the chat. And then we'll know that you know your numbers.
Hey, Mary Beth.
Yeah.
If I'm going for diamond, would I incorporate like Jenny getting 6,000, Leanne getting 6,000, them two hitting their rank that they're trying for, and then the new consultant at 1,000, or no, just all of it all together?
All of it all together.
Okay.
I would just for your own, and then you can teach Jenny how to run her numbers, and then that'll give you more insight to her leg. But let's see, let's do it real quick. Amy, you want 15,000 points. How many points total do you have right now?
1,204.
Okay, so 15,000 minus 1,204, divide by 30. So Amy's looking at 459 every day moving forward. And you can see how this can be beneficial to do daily because it might change, but at least once a week.
Thank you.
Awesome. Beautiful. Any other pressing questions about how to run your numbers, you guys? Camille wrote, she currently has 548 points trying to hit diamond. So subtracting 15,000 from that is a new total of 481 points per day. Beautiful. Awesome. Well, and with that said, you guys still continue to drop your numbers in the chats, but that's the little piece that I wanted to share. And I wanted you guys to know that that's what we're going to be doing every week on Fridays when we first come here, is just get ready to run your numbers and share them in the chat. And then Christina's going to share with us our next little accountability step.
Thank you, Mary. And the other thing that I really wanted to help people, I said it in the thing, and really just that the purpose of this group is for all of us to develop such solid and powerful fluency with the concept of fast start. And I remember when I had this insight that I was like, I need to develop this language. I need to develop this frequency. I need to develop this posture so that I can transmit that onto other people in my field, because I was having so many people around me who were freezing up at the concept of fast start. So obviously that was still in my being, and probably still is to some degree, because in some ways it's counterintuitive, right? We think, well, the sustainable way to do this business would be to go slowly, slow and steady, right? And be in a nice groove, right? And then starting to understand this concept of riding the bike, that you just aren't going to ride a bike slowly. It's just not going to happen. You're going to wobble, you're going to fall off, you're going to, you're never going to get the momentum to then when you're cruising, and then it's easy. So I remember when they rolled out the Fast Start program and it finally clicked for me. And I was like, oh, they should be calling it the Easy Start program, because it really is easier to go fast than it is to go slow. But the conditioning that we have, especially we're all dealing with nervous system stuff, we're all dealing with, you know, all the piles of things. This is not something that just comes automatically. Like, we are here to do the work, to repattern and recondition ourselves so that we get, like, if we're really here to help a brother or sister in our life hit financial sovereignty, we need to fully embrace this frequency ourselves so we can help them get it too. And just to like acknowledge that this is work. It's we're up against a conditioning that's going to tell us otherwise. So drop a 1 if you're with me, drop a 1 if your nervous system is like, fast start, or your mind is like, that sounds too hard. Or I mean, how many people have so much on your plate, right? But most of the people I know who actually hit the fast start are the ones who have so much on their plate. It's just a fact that, like, once you get like, oh wait, this is, you know, and I tell this story, but I'll tell it again. Like, when I first signed up for Purium, I was like, okay, how do I retire? Like, how do I get out of this now? Like, I just signed up and I was already like, so when am I done? And the answer is, you're done, the faster you, if your goal is to like have total freedom to where I like don't even have to ever be on a computer, right? One day, the fastest way to get there is for me to jump in 2 feet right off the bat, create that momentum, start the duplication, lead with the business, bring in the brand partners who are going to help me spread the mission, right? Lighting the candles of all the people the fastest. So that's where, like, I am reconditioning myself and developing this fluency with and language and all of that. And we're here to do that together. So then when we bring people on, we're just like, oh yeah, this is, if you're trying to make any kind of money with this is what you're going to want to do. It's just going to be the easiest way. And just to really hold that posture. So we're here to develop that fluency, that language. And I think, like, if you ever want to do outside homework to develop it, I think Sonia Magruder's got some really great posture and language around that. If you ever just want to check out any of her replays, or when she leads corporate calls, I think she's fabulous. And I think she's the other crown outside of Sarah's team that's really rocking her business. So check her out. But here we go. So that's really the purpose of this group. So if you have, and the reason I say that is because some people might look at the flyer and be like, well, I didn't fast start, or I'm not moving fast, or I'm still scared of fast start. And you can now pass on. This is to help us. This is like acknowledging all of that and to help us really expand into fast start being easy start. And who here couldn't use more ease in their life, right? So, okay, great. I love fast start and how it works. Yes. So our prompt, so then the next part is that we're going to do a prompt, a social media prompt. Drop a 1 and drop a 2 in the comments if you did Sarah's social media prompt for yesterday, which was to go live in some form, whether it's Instagram Live, Facebook Live, Story Lives, about goal setting, what you do, your ritual at the beginning of the month to set yourself up for success. You know, and this can be as specific or as big picture vague as you want it to be. You can go into whatever. It can include your vision statement and action plan and your business. It can include other things that you do. You know, yesterday was full moon, like that. I'm sure people were doing rituals for that. You can talk about all of it. So we have 3 people, and that doesn't include me either. So I really want to open that up to have that be our prompt so that we can all get on board with that. Yeah, yesterday was super full. So we're still in the full moon energy. We're still in the beginning of the month energy. And if you have people on your team, by you going out and doing that, that's going to be a really powerful duplication. So the prompt is, and you can obviously, you can check out Steph's, Lisa's, and Mary's, but doing some form of a video piece, and it can be short, you know, it can be 3 minutes, talking about what you do at the beginning of a month to set yourself up to reach a goal by the end of the month, or some version of that. Does anybody have any questions about that? I think that Sarah might have articulated it differently. So you get to decide, what version of that. Do you want to add anything to that, Mary, since you did it, or anything I might have missed that Sarah prompted on? And I can give extra credit prompt for those of you who did it.
Yeah, and I would just keep it simple. I literally followed what we do. I just didn't say Purium. I just said, I'm growing this business, and the first thing I do is I claim it. And I say, I'm Mary Beth Fleming. I'm so grateful and happy that I'm this. Like, I literally followed the script. I just didn't say Purium. So if you don't want to think too much about it, just follow the action steps that we do in our vision plan every month. And yeah, Stephanie, I posted this on my homepage. So I went live on Instagram, I did it, and then I actually also went live on Facebook and just put it out there and said, hope you enjoy. Reach out to me with any questions if this resonated with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, awesome. Sarah, when Sarah first did a video like that, she's like, okay, let me just break down what I do. And she was vague. She didn't say Purium. She didn't, she had somebody reach out who saw the video and was like, whoa, goal setting. That's exactly what I need in my life. Like, I so need that kind of structure. People who don't have that in their life are going to be attracted. He signed up, he hit diamond in 25 days, just from that one video. That was his exposure. So never know, but this is you're providing content, you're valuable content to people's lives, particularly goal setting and structure. And in these times. So that's the prompt. And for extra credit for Lisa and Mary, you can do I just did a Tori Washington Zoom yesterday on social justice and social media. And so I invite you to, actually, I'm going to get this from Kalpana, who's on here, and Kalpana is brand new, but was really asking that question of like, with all these things that are happening and people struggling, how do we talk about and now I'm like succeeding in my business, or I'm growing my business, like bridging that. So that's my extra credit prompt, is like, how do we tastefully, powerfully, ethically, empoweringly discuss these very complex topics. And I don't know about you, but my social media is starting to get really heated up right now with politics. Not necessarily talking about going there, but to have a voice of real, authentic heart and reason and power in these times is so needed. So talking about social justice as and the solution of what we have here, and again, you can be specific about your business or just vague about like, I'm so thankful to be in community with like-minded people who are, who have a way to not get sucked down. There's a lot of forces right now trying to make people just be super bummed out and, debilitated. So to have a way, like a hand reaching down to us every day, helping pull us out. So talking about solution with what we have here in the context of social justice is the extra credit social media prompt.
Cool. Yes. So the third component of what we want to do here today, which I love that Sarah brought in, is we want to hear from each of you really briefly so we can keep it tight. But one success that you've had in your business this week, or one thing that you're celebrating yourself for. Because I think when we focus on the things that are working for us and the things that we're actually excited about, and we acknowledge that, then we can continue to build off of that and move into the next week. And that will help you move faster and more easeful in bringing your new people on too. So really quickly, you guys just share a quick thing. It can be one word or one sentence, something that you're celebrating in your business this week.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Thank you, Steph. Um, so I joined in May, late May, and I just sold my first UBT or ULT aside from to my mom. And I kind of thought that this friend of mine bought it just because he knows me and he wants to support me. But when I spoke with him last night, we got to talk about how it's really feeling, and he's super into it. And it was just so validating to hear from somebody like, the products feel so good. I'm loving this. My body's ready. And I was like, yay. So it started me off feeling really like, yes, this is great. This is totally doable. And I don't have to be shy about sharing. So yay.
Awesome.
I've got two. I have a potential fast start coming a little bit hot here, but she wants everything organized ahead of time. So I said, great, why not just order some product and get it in the house in the meantime? And at that point, then I had the opportunity to set it up with the first 4 weeks and go over the semantics of fast start and have them start thinking about who you're going to line up, who do you think you might want to talk to, just give some prompts. The other thing is my goal with elderly people, they're starting to want to just order one product. They find Core 4 way too complicated. We know it's not. It doesn't matter how many things you share with them, they only want to just try one product. And a lot of it is health related, right? It's because they're on prescriptions, they are afraid. So they talk to the doctor kind of gives them a go ahead, but they still aren't comfortable. So now they're starting to move towards, well, I really want to try that green drink. So I'm going to go with that. And I consider that a success because I've got sort of like a clogged tunnel and I want to just move something.
I'll go. I had a BP that I signed up that was kind of as excited about it and hard to deal with as me starting. So now she's like running, and so it's kind of exciting that she's like all for it, and then she's like catching the vision and she wants to be here, but she was working, so she's really all in it. So now like we have that going and we're working on her new BPs, and she's like texting in the morning ready to like find more, and like we're slowing her down just to like make sure she's getting the ones that she already signed up going for, and now she's like understanding the fast start more, so we're passing it down, so that's pretty cool.
I'll share. I don't know where my video is though. But I'm really excited because I got to share my action, my why and my statement. I realized last night on the private Facebook because of my professional real estate business, I can't really do it on my big Facebook page. So that was really cool to like be able to put the words out there. And I'm really excited because both my two new brand partners have been on Purium for a while and they haven't done anything, but now they're like, hey, okay, we're ready to do it. And it gets me excited to show them how. And I realize I have really been talking to 5 to 10 people a day and following up with 5 to 10 people a day. And it's just part of my day anymore. And I'm feeling so rocking good off of it that it's really easy to share. That's that.
Yay.
Yay. And I'm in the kitchen making bouillabaisse, so.
Nice. Well, on that note, I'm going to jump in. I'm feeling super great too. Just having this in my life and wanting to share it so much. What I'm celebrating is I've had a few like mamas and friends that I've continuously just kind of checked in with, especially new mamas that I know are struggling with sleep deprivation and what have you, all the hormonal stuff. And I finally just went ahead and dropped off some samples for one particular mama who we've been in contact with. I've invited her to the women's wellness retreat as well. And she just texted me today saying, okay, I finally tried it. The shake is delicious. I gave her some aminos too. And it fills me up so much when I know that I'm able to share this and someone can have the same experience that I'm having. And yeah, so for me, it's like the small victories, and just that it was a long time coming. And then finally, like, it feels like it came full circle and she gets what I've been saying. And hopefully she'll be loving it. And so, yeah, the whole sample thing I had never really done before, but this was a first time. Just like, I want her to have it so much that I'm just going to gift her some and then see what happens from there. So I'm feeling really positive about that way of sharing. So thanks for listening.
I can hop on. I'm super excited for this last week. I signed up a friend who is an influencer, and she's just a dear beloved friend. And she double ranked from, she hit her fast start consultant. Her fast start consultant ended on Sunday and she started it on Saturday. So she hit that in about 24 hours. And then she went full force and hit fast start director by the end of the month. And yeah, so it was just really fun to just run with her and to support her, and all of these tools that I've been learning over the past few months to finally I've been able to put in place. And I just felt really good and confident. And yeah, it was just been super fun, and I'm really excited.
I'll share. So that's an amazing idea, Leela. Just want to say that I totally felt inspired by that. And now when I deliver placenta medicine to new mamas, I'm going to package it up with some sample. Such a good idea. I love it. So I'm celebrating that I went live on Facebook earlier in the women's wellness group after recording a 15-minute video that would not load or play. So I was like, okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to go live. And that was, I think, a first for me. So that was cool. And yeah, and celebrating that I'm here and that I took all of the action steps to get here. Thanks.
I'll share. This is kind of something that's percolating for me right now, which is that I'm starting to actually like make connections on Instagram and reconnect with people who I haven't connected with in a long time. And I've been pretty shy on social media. Actually, it's like one of my biggest blocks sometimes for many reasons. Also similarly feeling like, especially in the past months with everything that's going on in the world, I've like retracted more with being like, I'm like bright and healthy and all of these things. But I know that it's like, this is the service also. But I'm starting to just connect with people who I see, who I think would align with our mission, and also align with bringing this into a wider spectrum of community. And thanks, Alexis. And yeah, so I'm just meeting some edges in myself. And also the last day of the month, I had like a total breakdown, which is always a good sign for me to come into the next phase. And I'm celebrating how much work and energy I put into creating the women's wellness group, and really holding that, and bringing a lot of people together, and just all the little pieces that that I put energy into, so that this can happen to be a field for so many women to come in and benefit from. So yeah, thanks.
I'll go. Hello, everyone. I'm celebrating that I just enrolled a brand partner yesterday or the other day, who for the last few months, I've just been like dripping, sending her love and just like not putting the squeeze on at all. And I was like, okay, it works. We don't have to squeeze the shit out of things sometimes. I offered the women's group to her and she's like, wow, this is exactly what I've been looking for. And she's coming in hot. She already posted her vision statement and is ready to go for the fast start. So I'm grateful and celebrating that we can really trust the process and like not have to squeeze or put any pressure, and trust that the right brand partners who are ready will come if you keep holding that vision and sending that energy out. So I'm really holding on to that this month and staying in that flow. Thank you for holding this container, everyone. Pass it on to the next.
I'll share. So I have a few things that I'd like to celebrate. One is that I am onboarding some clients that trust me, and so I feel like these will be some new potential prospects that I can share about my experience with the ULT with them. Also that I had a huge breakthrough last night as I was meditating under the moon, and I listened to a meditation that a sister recorded for me, and it just like all of the dormant gifts that are embedded in me were like, we're tired of being suppressed, let us out. And so I have this like whole new level of like, okay, I'm really ready. That's just like totally overflowing from me right now. And then the last celebration, actually, I'm going to do two. One is that I didn't get any women into the health reset, but I will be one of the facilitators. And that's just like a win for me, because a year ago, I probably would have dropped out because I didn't get anyone in, and I would have been like, like I'm not going to do this. But I'm just like following through with it. And so that feels good. And I'm definitely still inviting people in. Okay, cool. That's good to know. Sweet. And then the last win is that I've passed like my opportunity to get any fast start, but now that I am becoming really familiar with just the energy of the fast start, I feel that when I bring brand partners in, I'll be able to really hold space for them to go for it if that's what they want to do.
Hi there. Not sure.
We can hear you, Lisa. Or we could. No, I don't hear you.
Okay, let me try this again. Here we go. So two quick things, I guess. One is that I also recently had a huge kind of realization. I don't know that I would call it a breakthrough quite yet, but it was like this subconscious conditioning that came into my conscious mind. So I'm ready to kind of move through and beyond that, which feels just liberating and exciting. And then I also have a brand partner who I signed up way long ago, like earlier in the year, and she really hasn't done much of anything yet. But she just contacted me last week and wants to set up a transformation group for her gym. And I know she has a really beautiful community through her gym, and another woman who's a trainer with her. And so I'm excited to support them to kind of activate and expand into their community and just share these gifts with more people. So I think that's it.
Kalpana or Erica, and then me and Mary, and then we're done, I think. We're celebrating wins.
I'll go. I just started today my Purium 30 day and never took a Purium product before in my life. And in the last, I don't know, I guess about 2 weeks maybe, I invited my daughter into the 30 day, and she came in, and I invited 3 or 4, I think, something like that, other friends into the 30 day, and they all came in, and one of my friends upgraded to be a brand partner, and another friend of mine is wanting to upgrade to become a brand partner. And I am just getting to know the Purium world. And it's nice to be here and hear all of your stories.
I'll go. I know you can't see me that well. Let me see if I can turn it. Okay. So I am celebrating I feel like a really next level weaving of the masculine and feminine in my life, in my sacred life and my business life, which are very intertwined. And I got my moon today, and just after all of like the end of the month and the full moon and all that, I don't usually I'm like, what? New moon, full moon, I bleed on the new moon. So anyway, things are in transition apparently for me, but definitely felt like a very slowed down tempo vibes. And am so thankful for the structure of the masculine, like holding it so that I can just flow with the feminine and enter into this women's transformation, and really have been appreciating the power of the full moon to bring me into my prayer and my ceremony. And I did so much yumminess yesterday, just bathing my crystals under the moonlight and then pouring that water with petals in it too, just over me yesterday, and purifying. So magical. And I really saw, and I've said this before, but I just really see how my prospecting time blocks, which have in the past felt hard to show up for, hard to do the thing and the tracker and all the stuff, when I begin it with ceremony, even if it's 3 minutes of prayer and intentional feminine for me, it, number one, just like infuses my business with that servant leadership magic of just like, I'm just here to be an answer to prayers. And number two, it just makes it so much fun and juicier. So I'm just really going to bring that in this month, of that combination of ceremony and action steps together, not like at different parts of my day, but like it is one. And that's like the masculine and the feminine really like coming into union within myself and within my business. So that's my celebration. I know, I'm like, what women in my life just switched me over? My online my online women. All right.
Cool. I'll go next. I'm celebrating the fact that I had some really great connect calls today that really help people see the bigger vision of what we have here. And that's really my goal in this business, is to help people, because I've felt such a benefit from this business by thinking more long-term and not like that instant gratification. And I had some really great connect calls today where people like got it. They were like, oh my gosh, I see the potential of what's possible here. And it's just so great to lead those connect calls when you see that in someone. So I'm celebrating that, because that to me is the juicy stuff of really helping people empower themselves on a long term, using the fast start to get there, but definitely more of that longer term. What we have is really special, you guys, really, really special. So that's my celebration.
Can I share one more thing, ladies? I'm gonna do it. Okay. So I, like, very much like what you were saying, Christina, I'm feeling this really strong harmony being culminated between the masculine and feminine. And when we first decided we were going to be doing the reset in October, I was really excited to invite some men into the space, and then we decided we were going to just do women only. And so then a few nights ago, I have so many men that come to me for guidance, and I like feel like I'm supposed to direct them to other men, and I'm like, why are you coming to me? I'm a woman, like, why you should go to a man. And then my guides, they spoke very, very loud and clear to me as I was going to fall asleep the other night, that I am qualified to hold space for men as well. And so I'm actually going to be doing like a brotherhood circle. I'm going to be holding space for men in October, just a small circle of 6 men. And I'm really excited. I'm a little intimidated, but it feels like the most perfect time for this to be happening. So I wanted to share that.
Erica, are you feeling to share? Are you available to share? Or otherwise oh, she's not even here. Okay, well, that's it. We want to keep it tight. I gave an intro this call, so that won't have to happen each time. I'll provide this recording so that people who want to be here next week can get a flavor of what we do. Oh, she's trying to get in. So you're welcome to invite people in next week. And anything else you want to say, Mary?
No, except for thank you for being here, and that'll be the format. We'll start, run our numbers, we'll have a live prompt for the week, and then we'll share our wins. And again, we'll throw in little bits and pieces about UBT and Fast Start along the way. But thank you everybody for taking your time today.
Erica, do you want to do a minute share on your wins? All good if you're not in a place for that. Oh, there. We can't hear you though.
Okay, hi. I'm excited to be here. I'm celebrating the win that I've just joined this container, and I am claiming this energy of growth and presence and commitment to my business. I'm really excited to be onboarding some new brand partners who are rocking and rolling, bringing in some other amazing new partners. And I'm just feeling like the fullness of the moon, of the learning, of the different things that are sprouting right now. There's a lot sprouting in my life with my kids. I've got papaya trees in my hand. I've been homeschooling and all kinds of stuff in the multitasking world over here. But also I've been really in honor and appreciation of this opportunity to realize the potency of my business, realize how meaningful it is to me, and how much I want to show up for it. And I'm celebrating that last month I really learned that I dropped a few balls. And had I paid some more attention to the priorities instead of like the million things in front of me, I probably wouldn't have dropped those balls. So there was some really good integration of like, oh, I can see that. Like, I got my points way up there, but I didn't pay enough attention to my structure. And had I just paid attention to the tiniest little detail, I would have been in a lot better position come the end of the month. So I realize now, I put a lot of attention into like what comes up in the moment and what's really passionate and juicy and attractive for me. But I am realizing that I want to create structure and organization and show up consistently and work in alignment with those prioritized goals so that I am like on a trajectory of solid growth that's like in alignment with what I planned on instead of whims. So that was really good learning. It was kind of like learning the hard way instead of the glorified way, but potent nonetheless. And I'm just like ecstatic about the women's wellness transformation forming. It's been fail forward. Woo, woo, that was me in September, and also in the gratitude of so many beautiful new souls coming in to join this women's experience. And I just like awakened out of dormancy, like probably 10 brand partners that for like a year were like, yeah, not now. And that was exciting because it really gave me this clue about how important of a time and how well timed and aligned it is that so many people, women, are feeling this need to cleanse ourselves, to show up in a stronger way in our life as leaders in this movement, and yeah, to be in that practice of self-care and nurturance and transformation. So it feels really amazing to be bringing in old faces, showing up as a leader, inspiring and guiding new people, and then having this as something that is really fun to share, like in the prospecting realm, like, hey, check this out. And when people go see the amazing collaboration that's formed with so many women leading their gifts, it's like really, really inspiring and activating. So I'm giving thanks for the greater weaving of co-creation and collaboration. And I'm just so grateful and inspired to be here. Thank you, Christina and Mary, for leading and bringing your gifts. Much aloha and appreciation.
Have a great day, y'all. Have a great weekend. Go for the UBT if anybody's running it for it by the end of today. Mwah.
Thanks. Thanks, Christina. Thanks, Mary Beth. Thanks, everyone.
Post your trackers.
Post your trackers.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Have a good weekend.